Dragon Age the Veilguard. It's been an ongoing thing along the way, an ongoing story. It's been nonstop. We got a couple things to hit here, but Colt Eastwood, who is a friend of the show, I've been on his show several times. He came out and he noticed something about GameStop's coverage of Dragon Age the Veilguard. Did you see this, Flash, over the weekend?
No.
Where when you go and you watch any Dragon Age the Veilguard content on GameSpot, and only Dragon Age the Veilguard content, there's a trend along the way. Can you notice the trend, Flash?
Yeah, the comments are all off.
Yes. They have literally not allowing
the exact same titles.
Yes.
There creates Rook, creates Rook, creates Rook.
But apparently things aren't going very well for Dragon Age the Veilguard, which, hey, you bigots. Yes, it is. It's going great. It's going great along the way, you sons of guns. But it's going so great that we have to turn off comments for content along the way. And I'm sure that they're not getting ratioed at all along the way. But this goes back to, why would GameSpot do that? Comments drive discovery when it comes to the algorithm over on YouTube. Why would GameSpot want to turn off the comments for Dragon Age the Veilguard? Why do you think that is, Flash?
Because it's overrated and people don't like it. The game journals like it, but it's dying. The numbers are going down. I looked at it this morning. What's it at now? It was at 29,000 this morning.
I'll do a quick glance right now for that. Dragon Age the Veilguard currently sitting at 41,000 people playing the game, which, once again, a week after launch, it is what it is. I said this before. I think this game is drastically underperforming what they thought it was going to do. I thought this was actually going to do better than it actually did. But when you look at the charts along the way, it's been consistent along the way here. Here is the max here, and this will continue to drop as the game gets further and further from release. So, and with no DLC, that's the thing about this, Flash, is that there's
so much for owning those chuds, Craig.
Well, hey, they own all the chuds, Flash, whether you like it or not.
Well,
the DLC thing,
just because Ziff Davis
are you talking about GameSpot?
Yeah, so I did like a little bit of digging, and GameSpot supposedly is owned by CNET, but then let's see, go back to acquisitions. If you look, it says they are now like merging with Ziff Davis. So acquisition was completed in the third quarter of 2024. So technically speaking, for $100 million, Ziff Davis.
Well, $100 million, huh?
Yeah, it says, this is from Wikipedia. So it says the New York Times reported that Red Ventures had reached an agreement to sell CNET to Ziff Davis for $100 million, subject to regulatory approval. The acquisition was completed in the third quarter of 2024.
Wow.
So it's all just, they own each other and they're just trying to
I'm waiting
make
for
the
that
good words.
Waiting for that CNET money to come our way. Drop a couple mil.
Was it you that did that? Somebody was streaming and broke down like who owned, like basically.
Yeah, that was us.
IGN and all these, like they're all owned by the same small group of people.
Yep.
There really is no diversity of thought. They're all owned by the same people.
Exactly what my point is here. That it's just the same people just trying to drown out any bad PR so that it looks better.
Did you make that into a standalone video?
I don't know if we did or not.
I can't remember. It's been a minute.
That was really good when you broke that down.
This courtesy of That Park Place, as apparently Dragon Age the Veilguard players are just returning the game hand over fist in droves along the way. Now, this is courtesy of Endemion's video, which goes to the That Park Place video where they did a nice little write-up about it. It says, and this all goes back to people who work at these companies. This goes back to YouTubers are way more relevant than Kotaku or Polygon or GameStop or even, dare I say, Rolling Stone Gaming. But they are now going to YouTubers to break news and to be sources as opposed to going to traditional access media. Because we're going to be honest about it. Like, we got no skin in the game. We're just going to be honest about it. But this person said, Endymion says in his video, so I'm also told in terms of refunds that currently the game has at least 30,000 refunds in the past few days, which is not good for your game. That has barely sold 500,000 copies to be hemorrhaging players like this. So generally speaking, Veilguard is not a commercial success. 500,000, and people have done the math on the number of copies that have been sold for this game, and they're guessing around 500,000 copies. I thought the game would sell a couple million, 1.5 to 2 million copies. But to see Veilguard, hovering around 500,000 units, it's got to be a tough pill to swallow, Flash, for BioWare. Do you think that they're panicking over there?
Oh yeah, the fact that there's no DLC coming, like you were talking about earlier, shows that something's going on. Because if it was a success, they'd be trying to pump out DLC. Though to be fair, though, Hogwarts Legacy didn't get any DLC either, and that game sold a lot.